Hi, you guys. Amir's already starting early. What did you do with the charger that I gave you? Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose. On this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, raggedy, and wonderful. So we are going to get this show started tonight. I haven't been doing none of the recaps this week because I've been so busy, and then I didn't want to do them late. But I was like, I might as well been doing them late because I had to do it late today because I didn't get home until like.
We'll get biscuits on Friday.
Amir, stop. So Amir usually he have been asleep every day this week, but I got home late, so now he's up. So hopefully he don't be harassing us too much because I have a lot to go over. I mean, like this week being crazy. I didn't want to do Monday because they were still talking to girl. He's a mess. You can lay on the floor, Amir, until you fall asleep. That charger, that one ain't long like the other one. Lay on the floor. Monday, I did not want to talk about Mia. I was just tired of hearing about her. She's making me mad. So I didn't want to do the recap on her. But Tuesday was good. Wednesday was good. And today was good. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I really wish. Hi, Juanita. And she's, hi, Amir. She said, I had to do it tonight. I was like, I got too much stuff going on. So I got to talk about everything that's been going on. So like I said, Monday, they were still talking to me and had her caught up. So I didn't want to talk about her. I ain't even going to recap that. Tuesday. So we're going to start from Tuesday. This is on Tuesday. And I feel like this was the day that we could say, okay, it was some racketeering involved. This is when they did it. So I'm going to read my notes. I have all these notes, y'all. I'm telling you, I'll be at work on the computer looking at these transcripts, and I'll be in there like, oh my gosh. And my coworkers be like, tell us what happened. Tell us what happened. I'm like, this is crazy. It's like I'm just reading a book, like how I used to be back in the days and loving reading books. This is what it feels like when I'm reading this stuff at work. Like it's some kind of little book or something. So on Tuesday, I put Today's show Rico. So this was on Tuesday this week. This is week 4 now. First of all, a lady gets put out of the court because she was yelling, and then she's yelling, Diddy, they ain't here laughing at you. They laughing at you and they playing in your face. They playing with your legacy. Yelling. Put her right out of the court. She's put out. They said a couple of days ago that she was acting up. I guess last week she was acting up, but she said she had to do that. Diddy, everybody turned around looking like. So she yelling. So she was a supporter saying they playing in your face and they laughing at you, Diddy. She had to let that be known, and she got put right on out. Now they also found out that some of the people in there, they're saying it's like the YouTubers and all that stuff. Somebody leaked Mia's real name. Now that's the Jane Doe from last week that we was talking about. They leaked her name. They didn't know. They thought it was the lady who they put out, but it wasn't her. So they was telling everybody in there, you cannot say who this lady is. Even if you know her real name or anything, you cannot say anything. That's why she's a Jane Doe. And some YouTuber put it out. I tried to find it. I couldn't even find it. Not like I was going to say anything, but I really wanted to know who the lady was. So make sure you guys that's watching, press the like button too. Make sure y'all press like. So the lady get put out early in the morning on Tuesday. And then they said that they going to start watching everybody's YouTube pages and everything. And if they find out whoever's put Mia's real identity out there, that you are not able to come to court or anything anymore. So that's the first thing that happened on Tuesday. So also that day, they had the hotel security officer come up and the financial executive. They came up yet on Tuesday too. So the first one was Eddie Garcia. Eddie Garcia was the security officer that worked at the Intercontinental in 2016. So this is where it gets good, you guys. So he testified that after the incident happened with him and Cassie, that he tried to get somebody, well, he tried to get KK, which was his executive assistant. He had her call up there. It was like, I need to see the video. They told her, no, ma'am, you cannot see the video. Hey, Alondra. They said, no, ma'am, you cannot see the video. Like, we need a subpoena for anybody to see it. And she was like, but I need to see this. Like, I'm over his likeliness and everything. And they was like, no, you cannot see it. You need a subpoena. So somehow, some kind of way, oh, no, before I go there, she came up there the next day, still saying she needs to see it. They was like, ma'am, we cannot let you see it. And she was like, well, what does it look like? They was like, it looked bad. Period, point blank, it looked bad. And then she was like, well, okay, somehow, some way, Diddy was able to call the security office and he asked to talk to them. So they talking to him. He's saying the same thing. I need the tape. I'm willing to pay you guys $50,000 for the surveillance camera footage. They was like, well, we don't know. So then the boy was like, he talked to his supervisor. The supervisor said, okay, we'll do it for $50,000. So Diddy came up there. Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Diddy came up there and talked to the boy again. Oh, you look like somebody that likes to help people out. I know you would want to help me out. This could ruin my career. I'm here. I'm willing to give you $100,000 now. Like, you look like you somebody that would want to help somebody. I was like, Diddy is a mother effer. Like, how you gonna say somebody look like somebody that want to help somebody else? Now, keep in mind, this boy is in his early 20s. He's no older than 25. So Diddy trying to bribe him and saying he looked like somebody that want to help him out, and he looked like a nice young man or whatever. So the boy was like, okay, we gonna sell you the videotape. So Diddy ended up coming up there with a brown paper bag with $100,000 in it. Now, remember, he said he would give him 50. He said 50, but he ended up giving him 100,000. He got the money counting machine and everything. Counted out the $100,000, made him sign an NDA, and all the security guards there, they had to give him a picture of their ID, send a picture of their ID. So he had all their information, and the NDA also said that that was the only copy of that surveillance video. So he gave him the SUB and was like, no, this is it. This is it. So $100,000. He thought he was only getting 50. So he had to give his supervisor that okayed it $50,000. He gave him $50,000. He kept $30,000, and the other security guard, he gave him 20. And then he told him, don't make no large purchases because they'll be looking at you. So the boy took the money. Now, how many of y'all would have took that $100,000? First of all, me, Diddy, I know you could give me more than some 50. When you said 50,000, I would have said no. Like, boy, I'm not about to lose my job over no $50,000. Now, if you would have raised it to about $500,000, then we could probably talk about it. But $50,000, that's chump change for you, sir. So you would have had to give me at least about $500,000, and then I'm like, yeah, we could work a deal. We could work a deal, love. Well, back then he was still puffy. We could work a deal. So the boy did that, and he said, to his knowledge, he thought that was the only recording that they had when he did it on the SUV. He said when the recording came out on CNN, he was just as shocked as probably Diddy was. He said because literally that was the only copy that they thought they had. So we come to find out that the copy that they did get was from somebody's cell phone that actually had recorded it at work. So it was from a cell phone. Let me see. Sounds like people who keep their nose clean in the tabloids today. Natalie Cole, yeah. And that's what we was talking about too. So going back to that, that's the same thing. What Diddy did, what Madam is talking about, what Diddy did, that's what everybody do to this day. And even back in the days, we'll go back to when, let's see, Brandy was pregnant. Anything that they didn't want bad in the tabloids, just think they paid it off. Even now, I was trying to think of something that somebody did recently, and they didn't want to end. They wanted it taken off the internet, and they paid to get it taken off. So it's the same thing. Even though Diddy's is way more harsh than everybody else's, that's what people do. That's what celebrities do, pay to get things taken off, and that's what they have their assistants for, to keep their likeliness and all that stuff squeaky clean. So just think that happened in 2015, 16, and it's just coming out last year. So evidently it worked. And just think about all the other stuff he did. But like she said, how many celebrities do this all the time? They do this all the time just to try to keep their clean. They try to keep everything clean. I'm scary. I'm not taking anything. I'm scary too, but if he would have told me he was gonna give me 500,000, I would have been like, all right. I know I probably would have been like, okay, sir, I'll take that. Hi, Beverly. Okay, so let me keep going because y'all know I'll get off the track real fast. So, let me make sure they needed to sign the NDA. He had to give them their picture. They had to text him a picture of their ID. And then he also told Eddie that he'd have a job for him, just reach out to him. So he reached out to him on Instagram, asking him about, a security job. And, did he ghost him? Like, boy, I don't even know what you thought. But then I was like, he young, so he don't know no better. I don't know why he thought that Diddy was going to give him a job. He did what he needed to do so he could get that tape. And that was it, sir. Like, that was it. So, they also said KK had Eddie saved under as Angel in her phone. So they was really just playing this boy. They played this boy and they got the video and thought that it was over, but not knowing that it wasn't over. He said he was in his early 20s and that he doesn't work there anymore, but he got immunity. So, because that's what we keep on saying, like, how is this racketeering? How is this racketeering? And everybody that will go to jail with him is getting immunity. So for him doing that, y'all know he would have went to jail, but he got immunity. So he's fine. Then they talked to the CFO. The CFO, he worked at Bad Boy from 1998 into 2017. And he just spoke about how he moved money around for P. Diddy. He worked with him with his personal and business finances. They asked him about Cassie's mom, The Wire, and he said, yeah, like that really did happen. He showed proof that the mama wired $20,000, and then that like a week later, like the mama said, the $20,000 was wired back to her. So that was true. He said it wasn't uncommon for people back then and even now, celebrities, to have lots of like $10,000, $100,000 in cash on them. That's how they did, because sometimes people would just want to have cash. So that was normal. They asked him about taxes and everything. Did he always do his taxes right? And he said, yeah, he would never let nobody do nothing like jeopardize his livelihood, because this is what he was paid to do. He said they had personal people that went through statements every month that would validate what was business and what was personal for Diddy. So they had people on payroll to actually do this. And so then they asked him, the defense, like, how did they view him as a person? And he said he admired Diddy's work ethics. He said he learned a lot from him. He was constantly on his job, and he was very passionate about what he did. And that really made him like him as far as business wise. And if we think about all the testimonies that other people that have worked for him, other employees, all of them say the same thing. All of them say that him as a businessman, they learned a lot from him, and they still will go back to work for him. So that means something in that. But then that other person whoever that is was just off the chain. So he said he learned a lot from him while he worked from him, and just think he worked from 1998 to 2017. When asked how he views Combs now, he asked him, like, what do you mean? They was like, how do you view him as a person now? He paused. He couldn't even say nothing. Like, I have no comment. And that just let you know how he feels about him and how he is viewed. He had no comment. Like, sir, I'm not even going to get up here and say that. But everybody else that went up, he the only person that said that. Everybody else was like, they still will work for him. He's a good businessman. All this. This is the first man that was like, I don't got no comment. Like, y'all not about to get me. I didn't want to get here. Y'all made me come here, and I have no comment. Smart businessman. Yeah, he was a very smart businessman. I need that kind of pocket change. For real. Yeah, I need 100,000 just for pocket change. Objection. That's yes. Okay, yeah, that's hearsay. That's hearsay, you guys. That's hearsay. So that was him. His wasn't really all, whatever. They asked him that had they ever seen him doing anything criminalized or any criminal activities. He said no, that he never seen him with any GUNs. He never seen him get violent with nobody. But he said he didn't have to be around him like that. So he would not have seen that. He was like, he would have to talk to him from every now and then, but he took care of the business part. He wasn't a person that had to be around Diddy like that. So he would have never seen that. So that was all that was for that. And then I had to write down, like, what is racketeering? Because we keep on wanting to know. And so it is participation in an illegal scheme under the Racketeering and Corrupt Organization Statute, or RICO, a way for the U.S. government prosecution organization that contributes to crime activity. So we still, because we keep on saying, like, how is this that? But that's what the prosecutors are trying to show us, like, everything that he's doing is a RICO. So now we get to Wednesday. Wednesday was the forensic video expert, Frank Pazza, I think his name was. First of all, this man was being paid $295 an hour. $295 an hour to go over these recordings. I just feel like, I went to school for the wrong things. That psychologist that came up there last week, she was getting paid $600 an hour. And then whenever she go to court, she got paid $6,000 a day. Now you have this man that's going over videos and making sure that they have not been altered or the timestamps are right. $295 an hour. Like, I just went to school for the wrong things. I just wanted to say that first. So he's getting paid $295 an hour for his work. He said he has no knowledge of the case, but has reviewed cell phone videos, surveillances, and footage of the S tapes, the F-off tapes. I don't be believing them when they say that. Anybody that come up there that say that they have no knowledge of this case, I don't believe them. Do y'all believe them in the comments, or y'all think they just be lying? I think that they lying, because it ain't nowhere in this world y'all don't know nothing about this case. Even if y'all didn't know everything going on, y'all seen that case, y'all seen that CNN videotape, so y'all lying. Y'all know everything. Y'all don't know everything, but y'all lying. But anyways, so the jury, he put together a compilation video that was about 8 minutes of video clips of what was going on with him and Cassie. He just put together different clips and everything. And so they were trying to say, well, why are the time frames different on everything? Like, why are the time stamps different? And he was saying the time only moves on the clock when there's movement. So if there's nothing, like if it's a wall or something like that, it's not going to move. So that's what he was trying to explain to them. So he was like, those videos that we seen were not altered or anything. They might have been sped up a little bit, but they were not altered. That's what he was just trying to explain to them. He said that he also enhanced 10 SCX videos that were recovered from laptops of Cassie's So he enhanced videos, which the jury will only see that. Nobody else is going to see that. So that's what he said. And then they'll get into the video stuff, I guess, later. Okay, hold on. No, they say that because they have to. Yeah, I guess so. Someone with ethics maybe would disconnect until they went to court. It's hard these days. Yeah, it really is. He would have to pay me real good. The man, true. Okay, so the next witness was Brianna. Now she a hot mess. This is Cassie's friend still right now. Cassie's friend still right now. So she takes the stand. This was yesterday. She said that she was the one that said that Diddy dangled her over the balcony. This is her. She's not a Jane Doe or anything. This is Cassie's friend. She still talk to her all the time. She said that they don't talk about the trial or anything, but she talks to her all the time, which I don't believe. I just don't believe when people be saying that. That's just like me if me and Alondra had to go to a trial together and I talk to her, that's my best friend. I'd be like, yeah, I'll talk to her, but we didn't talk about the trial at all. Girl, quit lying. I just don't believe that. I don't believe it. You would need to disconnect from watching them discussing freak off sex. Yeah, I would need to reset all the way and probably get baptized and everything. I don't think I would want to see them either. So Brianna, she took the stand. She said that Combs came over to Cassie's house one morning. It was probably about 3:00 in the morning, 2016. Banging on the door. So she said that she had her girlfriend there with her at the time. She told her to go in the bathroom. Diddy finally came in and he was like, you know what the F you did, you know what the F you did. But she was outside on the balcony. She said that she was looking at the scenery and Diddy came up and picked her up from her crouch. And then some kind of way he twisted her breast and held her up and told her she knew what she did. She knew what she did. And after that, he threw her across the furniture outside. That's what she said that happened. That's what she said happened in 2016. Afterward, he threw her onto the balcony furniture. She said she had bruises on her leg and on her back, and she had real bad neck pain. She said, I have night tremors and paranoia, and I scream in my sleep sometimes because of this incident. I have real bad PTSD. Now, if that really did happen, I could see that happening. But this girl was on. I mean, when I tell y'all what all the drugs they was on, it was a lot. The liar with the sprinkle of truth. Yes, exactly, Alondra. Could you imagine someone having access to you doing it? Oh my gosh, with your biscuits in the air and all. Right. So she said that she got real PTSD about it. She said she took pictures the same day that it happened so that she would have a timestamp. So y'all remember that. She said that she didn't go to the ER, but she went to a chiropractor. And when the chiropractor started asking too many questions, she just paid and left. They asked her this. I'm skipping over it because I might forget. They was asking her, did she have to take pain medication? I mean, like, what did she do if she left? Like, how did she deal with the pain? And she said that she would be so high on drugs all the time, like that eased her pain. That lets you know how much drugs she was on. And I'm gonna tell y'all what kind of drugs they was on. So she said Cassie still is one of her friends. They worked together around 2014 to 2015 at a streetwear company. It's called like Diamond Company or something. It was like a sportswear thing or something like that, which it really didn't take off because at that time Rihanna had something out in Beyonce. So she was saying everybody was buying Beyonce and Rihanna stuff and they wasn't really buying their stuff. So that's why that company didn't take off, because I don't even remember Cassie having no clothing line. Do y'all? I don't remember her having no clothing line. His office hours are from 9 to 5. Girl, his office hours is from 1 a.m. to I guess in the morning time because Diddy is a mug. So she said that that's when they first met each other. She said that she was not fond of Diddy when her and Cassie first met because she would always see Cassie with bruises and stuff on her and black eyes. So she wasn't in a rush to meet Diddy or anything, but Cassie always would beg her to meet Diddy. Like she was begging that girl to meet Diddy. And she was like, I don't want to meet him. Like he abuses you. Why would I want to meet him? So she said she recalls the time Cassie FaceTimed with her and Cassie didn't say nothing. She just FaceTimed her, showed her face and everything, and got off the phone. This was the day of the movie premiere. Now remember, that thing happened at the Intercontinental Hotel was a couple of days before the movie premiere. And that's why Cassie said that she told Diddy she didn't want to have a freak off with him, but she said she was going to do it because she wanted everything to go smoothly for her movie premiere. But we see what happened. So the girl said that when Cassie did that, she was just like, oh my gosh. So she said Cassie had what? No knowledge. So yeah, I'm telling you, I didn't know that Cassie was in these movies or anything. So that was her movie premiere. So she said that Diddy and Cassie always would be arguing and fighting and everything. She remembered a time for her Cassie's 29th birthday. This is another person that talked about the 29th birthday. And also keep in mind, Cassie, this girl, Brianna, Mia, the Jane Doe, and all of them are friends. All of them are friends. Like they did sleepovers at Cassie house and everything. All of these people are friends. But Cassie and Brianna, this one right now, would be high as a kite every single day. So she said that they always argue all the time, Diddy and Cassie. And she remembered a time on her 29th birthday. She said that was one thing she said. She said one night Diddy came to her apartment banging on the door in the middle of the night. Cassie opened the door. He went to the kitchen, threw a knife at Cassie, just came in throwing knives. And Cassie threw the knife back. And she was like, I was so scared. I was so scared. But Cassie did throw the knife back. And she said she didn't call the police because she was scared. Because they asked her, why you didn't call the police? She was like, because I was scared. What was I to do? Like, I was scared. And then she said she could remember another time. She couldn't remember if they did drugs there. Oh, they asked her, was they doing drugs that day? Were you guys doing drugs that day? And she was like, oh, I can't remember if we was doing drugs that day because we did drugs all the time. She said they did drugs weekly. And she was like, they tried to get sober at sometimes because they wanted to do better in life, but it would only last like for a couple of weeks. And so when they tried to be sober, they would like try to cook together and do stuff like that. But that didn't last, and they would be back on a party life. Cassie owes her friend for trauma. She I don't know because if that's just like me, if I went to one of my friends' house and her boyfriend supposedly dangled me over the roof, and already right there, I'm not coming back over there. I'm not doing that. But I'll let you know. That kind of stuff right there, they throwing knives and having knife fights with each other. I'm not coming back over there either. Like, I'm not about to deal with you, Cassie, or your boyfriend. You see that other girl, her friend, after she got hit in the head with that wooden hanger from Diddy, she wasn't Cassie's friend no more. She was like, girl, I ain't about to, just because you getting beat up by Diddy, that don't mean I'm about to get beat up by Diddy. So, man, we're done. We're not friends anymore. And you and your boyfriend is about to pay me for my pain and suffering, and that's it. And that girl still ain't Cassie's friend. Now, that would have been a train I was on. I would have tried to sue them right then and be like, girl, you do. But both of her and Cassie was on drugs real bad. They was on drugs real bad. Like she said, they was doing cocaine. They was doing K. They would do Cocoa Puffs, which I didn't know what a Cocoa Puff was. That's when you have a blunt and you sprinkle cocaine in the inside. So that's a Cocoa Puff. They would do G, which I didn't know what G was. I'm like, what is all these drugs? I had to Google all this stuff. G is the date rape drug, and it's also a central nervous system drug. It's a depressant, but she said it makes you feel alive and stuff like that. Like it's all kind of oh, I hate when people call me when it's doing this. Hold on, you guys. It makes you feel like that. So this is all, it's a central nervous depressant. She said, but it makes you feel happy, relaxed. It enhances your social experience. They doing mollies, ecstasy. They doing all this every single day. So that's why when she said that when Diddy supposedly dangled her over there and threw her into the furniture, she didn't really feel no pain because she would be high all the time. I was like, how did they stay alive? And they did this almost every single day. Every single day. Okay. I did that one. Sorry, you guys. Right. They all will have the same story. They're friends. Yeah, they're friends. Okay, so that was that. So she said that she couldn't remember if they did drugs that day. She said one day they was doing her and Cassie was in Cassie's backyard, which I guess that was at her Malibu apartment. And they wanted to do a photo shoot, and Diddy came up to her and was like, I'm the devil, and I would KILLU. And it was like, well, did that scare you when he said that? She was like, no, not really, because I was on cocaine, and that gives me courage. I was like, oh my God. So she was like, she didn't even care what Diddy was talking about because she was high as a kite. She was like, she didn't even care what he was talking about. Like, sir, I'm on a good one right now. And when you being a devil and unalive me, oh, well, do what you gonna do. Maybe me and the devil will be high together down there. So she was like, she wasn't even scared when Diddy said that to her. She was just like, boy, bye, whatever. And she said the last time that she saw Cassie, it was with Cassie and Diddy, was New Year's 2018. She said they did ketamine for 8 hours straight. 8 hours straight. And I was like, everybody that talks about doing ketamine say that you be stuck, like you can't even move. So how do you do that for 8 hours straight? How do you do that for 8 hours straight? I need to talk to somebody who did ketamine recently, because y'all got to explain to me, how do you do that 8 hours straight? And they saying that you be stuck. Like you stuck. So how are you doing that 8 hours straight? So she said they did that 8 hours straight. And she said after that, she couldn't use no more. And she got that date tatted on her neck so it could remind her that she needed to be sober. So now I'm going to get into what the defense said. After he put them 5 heartbeats on me, high or not, I would be out of there, no return. Exactly. He wouldn't have to tell me don't come over there no more. I would be like, Cassie, you know what? I'm done with you, girl. We had fun while it lasted. But that's how you know somebody is really on drugs and stuff, when they still come around after stuff like that. Like, you know, and she was Cassie's drug lady. Like, she started selling Cassie drugs. So she wasn't going nowhere. That's how you know a person ain't in their right mind. Like, yeah, like what? So after that, she said she didn't, it took her a while to be sober, but she said now she's sober. So now get into this. She hired Tyrone Black as her lawyer. Tyrone Black was also the lawyer for Little Rod that sued Diddy too. So that's the lawyer that she hired in January 2024 because of the balcony incident. Tyrone told Diddy's party that they wanted 10 million for this incident, but she ended up firing Tyrone because he was just putting everything together. He was lying in there and just putting stuff together, and making stuff up and adding stuff together. She said that after that she fired him because some of the stuff he said was true, but then he was lying, and then she didn't know how much he was telling Diddy them that she wanted, but she said it was a high amount, but then come to find out it was $10 million, and Diddy was like, no. You're not getting 10,000. I mean, 10 million. I'm sorry. You're not getting $10 million, ma'am. So bye. Um, K is an animal tranquilizer. So how? Exactly. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. And they were doing all this stuff with multiple things together. How are y'all alive? How are y'all alive? Oh my gosh, Alondra, laugh out loud. I'm telling you, I'm like, I don't know. So she fired Tyrone and then got another lawyer. She said they had a bad drug problem. Now, I already told y'all, she said they did weed, cocaine, KG, and acid and Cocoa Puffs. So now the defense got her up there. They asked her about the knife incident. She said she doesn't. Now she's saying, well, they said, tell us about the knife incident. You said that they would have knife fights all the time. She's saying, well, I can't really remember. I can't really remember what happened. And they was like, but you said it happened all the time. She was like, yeah, I don't remember now. I don't remember. They also wanted to know why initially she didn't tell the prosecutors about Combs saying that he would kill her. Girl, guess what she said? She was like, I thought I was at a meet and greet. I didn't think I didn't think that I had to tell them all that stuff. I thought I was just at a meet and greet. I didn't know that I had to tell them all that. I was at a meet and greet. Like, girl, you is not at the club. That's when I was like, yeah, I think she's lying now. So then they asked her about her drug use. If she had ever brought Cassie 100 pills. And she was like, yeah, I did buy her 100 pills. Like, I brought her 100 pills. And they was like, and you wasn't scared about none of this stuff? And she was like, yeah, I was scared, but it was her pills. So the 100 pills that she bought her was just a variety of different pills. Like, I would be scared to bring my friend that. So they asked, then she said, and if I didn't have the pills, I would tell her she would need to meet the drug dealer, Ray J, y'all. Ray J. So now Ray J in it. And it was like, Ray J? Who is Ray J? She was like, well, it sounds like, that singer. They was like, so Ray J is the drug dealer now? Like, he's the drug dealer? She was like, well, I don't know. I can't remember. So now she's just, everything they asking her, the defense is asking her, I can't remember now. I can't remember. Who is Ray J? Like, we don't know a lot of Ray J's that would know these elite people. So who is Ray J? Oh, I don't remember. So now we have to see if it was Ray J or not. Hold on. They did the whole alphabet. Exactly. And I don't know how they're here to live to see today. I wonder how much Diddy paid over the years to make things disappear. A lot. The people are being paid to lie. Sold their souls over and over just like him. Yep. It's not Ray J. Yeah, I found out today it wasn't Ray J. Ray J told Armand that it wasn't him. Like, he said he don't know who the other Ray J is, but it ain't him. He don't know how he got involved. And when the girl got on the stands today, she started laughing when they said Ray J. She was like, I don't think it's that Ray J. Like, girl, is it him or not? What do you mean you don't think it's Ray J? And why is that funny to you? Like, you would have got this man in a whole world of trouble. Because when I heard that last night, I was like, Ray J, what are you doing selling drugs? Like, boy, you are Brandy's brother. You do not have to sell drugs. So that was what they asked her about that. So that was, they also said, wait, stop there. Oh, they asked her, was Diddy the one who stopped their business from growing? And then she was saying it was Diddy's fault. And then it was like, how was it Diddy's fault when y'all was getting high every single day? Like, y'all was the ones out getting high and every single day out of y'all mind. So why would it be Diddy? And then they was like, because we thought that y'all said before it was because of Beyonce and Rihanna. And that's what it really was. It didn't have nothing to do with Diddy. Y'all high every single day. So they asked her, was she still friends with Cassie and Deontay? She said yes. And they asked when was the last time she spoke to him. And she told them she had spoke to Dante the other day. They asked her when was the last time she talked to Cassie. And she said, well, she called me today, but I didn't answer. And you mean to tell me y'all never like, girl, shut up. they asked her another thing too. They said if she told Cassie about her lawsuit. Now, keep in mind, this is what I said. She's scandalous. Cassie asked her in the beginning. Remember when Cassie's lawsuit first came out? It talked about a friend being dangled over the balcony. This was the friend, but Cassie asked the friend, "Could I put your name in my lawsuit?" And the girl told her no. So when the lawsuit came out, that's why it didn't have no name. The girl went back, Brianna went back and told Cassie, "Oh, you messed up on some of the stuff that happened that day. Like this didn't happen. This X, Y, and Z didn't happen. So let's get it right." But did you tell Cassie about your lawsuit that you had against Diddy? She was like, "No, I didn't tell him." Why, if that's your friend? If that's your friend, why did you not tell your friend that you was filing the lawsuit against him too? Like, that makes no sense to me. Does that make sense to you guys that she didn't tell her own friend that she was filing the lawsuit against Diddy since he dangled her over the balcony of a 17th floor? They was high and screwing everyone and now blaming Diddy. That's what it almost seemed like. And they discussed the balcony, the incident, and the dates, and saying who was there and who wasn't there. Because Cassie was saying other people was there. She was like, "No, they wasn't there." But so it's like, how do I don't know. I don't know what happened. So that was yesterday. Now today, she back on the stands again. So she back on the stand. Defense showed her text with photos of drugs that she sent to Cassie in the months she alleged that Diddy had threatened her over the balcony and at the photo shoot that she did. And they was like, "What is this in the picture?" And she was like, "Well, it appears to be drugs." And they was like, "Is it drugs or is it not?" She was like, "I don't know. I can't tell." So today she was back on her BS. I don't know what it was. So they asked if they said if Cassie asked her if Cassie had witnessed the moment that Diddy dangled her over the balcony. She said she heard the voice, but she wasn't unsure. And they said, "But you told us several times that Cassie was right there and tried to stop it. So now you saying you just heard her voice?" And then you also said the first time that you were standing looking at the scenery. Now you're saying that you were standing looking toward the door and you seen Diddy charging at you. So which one was it? Oh, I can't remember. I don't remember. Everything they was asking her today, she was like, she didn't remember. She thought she heard Cassie's voice, but she was unsure. She don't know if she remembered if she saw Diddy charging at her or if she had her back turned. Like, everything was, she don't know. I don't recall. I don't know. I don't recall. The defense asked if she kept her distance from Diddy after the balcony incident, and she said to a certain extent. And they said, "Okay, but a few weeks later after that, didn't you go to a concert with Diddy?" I mean, like a week or so later, less than 8 days. And she was like, "Yeah, I went, but I went with Cassie too." And then they said, and then he had a party at a club where he rented out the whole club. "Wasn't you at the club?" And she was like, "Yeah." And they was like, "Was you wearing your neck brace?" Because this is right after this happened. And she was like, "No, I didn't wear my neck brace, but I probably should have." And it was like, so if this man had just threatened your life less than 2 weeks ago, why would you be partying up with him and doing all that stuff? She was like, she don't know. She don't know. And so they said they have text messages where at right after this happened, she was back spending the night at Cassie's house. Cassie texts her and Deontay talking about, "Do y'all want to have a sleepover?" Both of them said yeah. This was right after, like the next week. She was back at Cassie's house. Back at Cassie's house. Doing sleepovers and stuff and asking, did Diddy want a hoodie from their company? "Oh, do you want me to bring P a hoodie? You think he want a hoodie?" But this is a man that just dangled you over the balcony. So then they said that Combs sent Brianna a text message saying, "You need to have Cassie's back more when y'all all out getting high." And she was like, "Do you think Diddy wanted her getting high?" She was like, "I don't know. I can't tell you what he wanted or what he didn't want." But for him to say that, I'm telling you, they would be high all the time. They said it like they was living the rock star life. So Diddy text her like, you need to have her back more if y'all gonna be out doing K all day. You need to have her back more. So then they got her and said the balcony stamps don't match. They said that Diddy was on tour the day that she said that happened. That Diddy was actually on tour with the Bad Boy Family tour, and that it was no way that happened that day. And she said the day that happened, she took the pictures a couple of hours later, and they was like, we have hotel records and everything that he was in New Jersey on a Bad Boy tour, family tour. So how did he do that day? And she was like, well, I can't really tell you what day it happened because my girlfriend is the one that took the pictures. But they was like, but you said that it happened hours. You took those pictures hours afterwards. So they was really catching her up. Now, one thing I can say is I really don't know where she would have got the bruises from or anything. But I wonder, did he really? I just don't know, girl. I really don't know. Make sure you guys like the live. Everybody press the like button. So then the judge asked them, like, why is the balcony thing relevant? Why is that relevant to this case? And they were saying that it shows how he intimidates people and gets them to do the stuff that he wants them to do. So that was yesterday. Now we get into today. Oh, I was already on today. Okay, sorry, you guys. I'm getting beside myself. Now we get into today too. The judge then told Diddy, if you keep on nodding over there at these jurors and all that, we about to put you out the court, sir. We're going to put you out the court. So while the defense team is up there talking to Brianna, Diddy over there nodding his head at the jurors like, y'all see, she lying. She lying. He nodded his head at them, and the judge was like, I already told you one time, you cannot make eye contact, nodding at the jury or nothing. He seen him another time doing it. He was like, if you do it again, you getting kicked out, Diddy. Period, point blank. You cannot be nodding at them. Don't nod at them or you're going to be kicked out. So I guess he stopped because he didn't get kicked out. So then, girl, now this is a part that's good too, y'all. Another Jane Doe took the stand. Another Jane Doe. Let me see. That's why Cassie should have shut up about others like they asked. Can't tell someone else's story though. You sure okay? But y'all catch this tea right here. I was at work today like, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is another Jane Doe that's today. This is a whole nother Jane Doe. Press like button, y'all. Press like. A whole nother Jane Doe. I'm in my mind thinking like, is this Carisha? Because the times, okay, let me not get beside myself. This is a new Jane Doe. She took the stand. She said she was in a relationship with Combs from 2021 to 2024. So when I read that first, I was like, oh my gosh, this is Carisha. They called each other. She said they called each other baby, Snookums, Diddy, Bert, and Ernie. We'll get into that. So she said that they met on a girls' trip in 2020. She met him when he was romantically involved with one of her friends, the friend that brought her on the trip. The friend that brought this girl on the trip, that's who was messing with Diddy. And then now the Jane Doe is messing with him. So this is how it happened. She said she met him when he was romantically involved with a friend who was also on the trip. She said the first night was he was real funny, hospitable, charming, really nice. She was like, I was drawn to him immediately. How was you drawn to one of your friends' dude? Your friend's dude. You was drawn to him immediately. I was like already, oh yeah, she real scandalous. So she said later that night, the friend that was dating Diddy said she wanted some of the pink stuff. So Diddy took her, the Jane Doe, to a studio in his Island Star house mansion to get the pink powder. And she said that she asked Diddy, like, is this stuff safe? Is this safe to take? And it was like, yeah, this is the best. Like, you ain't gonna get nothing better than this. This is the best. This is the best. And so after that, shortly after that, her and all the friends left because the friend that was messing with Diddy was suspicious that her friend was, doing something because she was all up in his face and doing all this. So she was suspicious. So she like, nah, we about to leave. So everybody had to leave. When she left, everybody had to leave. So she already had got Diddy number because when they went to the studio, he was like, oh, give me your number. She gave him the number. That ain't no friend. Maybe it's Saucy Santana. I thought about all that. I'm telling you, but it ain't. It ain't. I had to think once I read it more, I was like, it ain't Carisha. So she said later that night they left because the friend grew suspicious and everything. And she said after that, she kept in contact with Diddy. She said the next day they had like a little movie night and everything. And barbecue and everything. And while they have a movie night, Diddy is texting the friend. Now he there with the girl, the other girl, but he texting the Jane Doe, like, can I take you out to dinner and stuff? And she was like, oh, well, I guess it would be a little complicated, whatever, because of my friend or whatever. He was like, don't worry about that. And she was like, yeah, I don't know, but we'll see, whatever. She said after they left Miami, they kept in contact. She said that he kept inviting her to Miami and she didn't want to go at first. She was very hesitant because of her friend. And she said, but once her friend got engaged later on that year, she was like, all right, my friend is engaged. She got engaged to this guy and moved to Europe or whatever. She was like, all right, well, I guess I can mess with him now because my friend is engaged. Oh my gosh. I take it she did take the dairy. I guess none of them did because they couldn't know. So she said after that, she was like, it's okay. So she said she went back to Miami in January 2021. He booked her a hotel. When he got to the hotel, because she was already there, that he was like acting like he was super happy to meet her. They had a real nice romantic dinner on the balcony, and they talked about her baby daddy, which is somebody who does not get along with P. Diddy. That's when I said, oh, it ain't Carisha. So her baby daddy don't get along with P. Diddy. And then she also told him, oh, yeah, and I used to date one of your close friends, too, like back in 2015. I used to date one of your close friends. And he was like, yeah, I don't care about none of that. I'm just trying to get to know you. I was like, yeah, she trifling. So she was after the money anyway. So she made it. She got Diddy, a billionaire. So she said that first night was just out of this world, that they made love for like 3 days straight. And after that, they went on yachts and did X, Y, and Z. Let me see. They spent the next 7 days together getting to know each other. She said they spent the next 7 days getting to know each other. And when it was over, since I took you away from your job for these past 7 days, here go 10K. I'm like, dang, what kind of job she got? She's an influencer. So her being gone for 7 days, I know she wouldn't have made that much in them 7 days, but for you to get flew out and have a nice time and go on jets and all that and then get paid, when you left. I was like, okay, I ain't mad at her right there, but she's still scandalous. Like, she's still scandalous. So then she told Diddy, like, okay, my birthday is in February. Then again, I was like, is this Carisha? Because her birthday in February. She was like, my birthday in February. And Diddy was acting super happy and was like, I want to take you out for your birthday. So for her birthday in February, they went to Turks and Caicos. And they also went to the Bahamas. She said it was a 15-day trip. She said his assistant KK was there, a chef, a photographer, a butler, and a barber. All three of them was, I mean, not three, all of them was there. They asked her, how did she get there? She said, on a private jet. I was like, okay. So she said one day they was out there. She said she by this time she already head over heels in love with him and all that. She said one day they was sitting at the pool and he told her, open your mouth, take this. This will make everything feel better. Y'all know what it was, some ecstasy. So she said she took it. She said she got up. As soon as she got up, she fell in the sand. Fell in the sand. The assistant and the butler had to help her get up. They threw her in the shower, warm water to wake her up and do all that, get her back, her bearings back together. She was just done after she took that ecstasy. But she said after that, every time she seen Diddy, they did drugs together. They did drugs. And she said before she met Diddy, she only had did drugs 2 times in her life. But that was it. So she said he also gave her a bracelet that said love on it. She by this time she sprung on Diddy. And this is all on her birthday trip. This is on her birthday trip. She was like, she was really starting to like him. But then he told her, like, I'm seeing other women. You're not the only person that I'm seeing. And then she was like, she had to be okay with it. She was like, but he was the only person that she was seeing. Like, yeah, he's saying that he's seeing other women, but he the only person that I'm gonna see. So that's just it. Like, we're in an open relationship, but I'm being faithful to you. So she said, and that lasted until he got arrested. In 2024, she was in a relationship with him until then. She said that she kept it private. She said she was living on the East Coast, then moved to Cali in 2021. He paid for her wherever she was living at and everything. She said he gave her $6,000 in a moving truck to move to California, and he would just transfer her money just because. And she also got flew out to Miami every other week. Every other week she got flew to Miami. Every other week. So at this point, she living a life, and she got kids too. So he would just tell her she had to have a babysitter and all that. Friends don't mess with other friends' man's off limit, period. Once my friend is done with him, she should have never had that position. Yeah, but that's why I said I wish I could see what she looked like, but So she said that he flew her out every other week to Miami. That was their relationship. And she said he would give her drugs every single time he saw her. Ecstasy, Molly, cocaine, K, everything that he gave everybody else. She said that she learned how to deal with Diddy after that. And as far as intimacy, she said she knew that he liked it PORN playing in the background. He loves high stripper shoes, and he liked real provocative lingerie and baby oil. And baby oil. Again, nothing was in the baby oil. So I don't know who came up and said that, who started that rumor about the baby oil, but it really wasn't nothing in the baby oil, as we can see now. She said, y'all, that they would have intimate relations for 12 to 24 hours. 12 to 24 hours. So you know they had to be high out of their mind and on drugs to have that for 12 to 24 hours. Like, girl, I know your stuff was raw. I know your stuff was swollen. It should have been bleeding. Like, how can you do that for 12 to 24 hours? I know you needed an ice pack down there. And it had to be the drugs that had kept you from not feeling all that. Because ain't no way 12 to 24 hours y'all was doing that and you was okay and your stuff was okay. 12 to 24 hours? Girl, bye. I know your stuff was on fire. This made me realize that I know nothing about drugs. Exactly. Beverly, what the F? So for 12 to 24 hours, they would have their stuff going on. She said she loved being with him. He brought the passion out of her. Like, he made her feel pretty. He would always compliment her and tell her how beautiful she was and everything. So he played the game. Who wants to do it that long? Nobody. I don't even think dogs and stuff want to do nothing that long. Like, man, it would be no way. But that's what I'm saying. You got to be high and out of your mind to do. Like, how did he have time to do all this? And he was doing all the other stuff that he was doing. Like, when did he have time to do all this? It may really start making me wonder. Like, when did he have time to do all this? And he was making all these records and doing all this. How did he have time? 12, 24 hours and having freak offs for 3 and 4 days and everything. Like, how did you have time to do all this, sir? Her stuff was like hamburger meat. I know if anybody that mess with Diddy, they probably need that little surgery where they sew your stuff back together. That's the women that really need that. For a pardon gift for him, it needs to be to that plastic surgeon to get their stuff back sewn up together. Because I know that stuff is stretched the hell out. Just think, from him and all them F-offs. Okay. So she said that she just loved being with him. He brought the passion out of me. I remember Carisha saying that too. Carisha said the same thing, that he saw stuff in me other people didn't see. So that he good at that. She said things took a turn in May 2021. They had been awake having relations all day and had been taking drugs all day. And he told her to fantasize about being with another man and asked, would she like to do that? Fantasize about another man, and would you ever like to do that? And she was like, I just said, okay. And he said, okay. She said he hurried up and she heard, she seen that he got on the computer and all that stuff and everything. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna make that happen tonight. And then she was like, okay, like not thinking that her saying okay was gonna give him the green light. So he went up and went to that website again, Cowboy and Angels. Remember, I talked about them a couple of weeks ago. They get paid $750 an hour. For a week, they get paid $7,500. So he went back on his website, Cowboy and Angels, got him somebody and was like, he's going to be coming over. She said, next thing you know, a couple of hours later, they was driving to a hotel. When they got to the hotel, the assistant was putting the red lights up and had the baby oil out and all that stuff. The stuff that they do to get the mood set for how Diddy like it. And she said, then she got nervous. She said she got real nervous, and she heard somebody knock at the door. Diddy told her to come in, and he was like, this is Don. I know him. There's no reason for you to feel nervous or anything. Like, everything is going to be okay. So she said that they did what they did. Diddy instructed her what to do. They did the baby oil. She had to have relationships with him. And this is the nasty part. Diddy is a nasty MF. This part was so disgusting. Like, it made me really want to throw up. So she told Diddy, when they would say it was time, because she had to suck his stuff, first of all. Then after that, she had to have sexual relations with him. And she was like, I need a condom. And Diddy was like, you need a condom? Like, we don't use those. He was like, he gets tested all the time. Like, he don't got nothing. You don't need no condom. You're not using no condom. And she was like, well, I don't feel comfortable without it. And he was like, forget it. Okay, here go a condom. So they had sex with the condom. When the man finished, which y'all know what finish means, he finished on her private area. After that's done, the man is done, he leaves. Now she could go in the room with Diddy. This is the same thing that Cassie was saying. So I don't know if they watch each other's testimony and all kind of stuff earlier, but this is the same stuff Cassie was saying too. So she said after that, Don left. she went in there with Diddy. That's when now it's time for her and Diddy. She was like, then me and Diddy makes love. And it was like, but the man finishes on her. They was like, after that, her and Diddy has sex relations. Diddy plays in this man's stuff. The stuff that he put on her, he plays in it, and then just he plays in it. Another man's stuff. So it goes back to what Cassie was saying. He would want them to finish on me, and I had to leave it on me because he would play with that stuff and put it on his nipples and stuff like that. Another man's stuff. Let me read some of the comments. He nasty as hell. And nobody caught COVID or nothing. Nope. I guess not. I guess not. I guess not. I'm telling you, it's nasty. He's disgusting. So they would finish on her, and then he would play in it and have sexual relations with the girl and put it back in her and everything. So it was like, it wasn't no need for her to even use no condom if he was going to have sex with her and put it right back in. Like, for what? So she said after that, she was happy and she felt like she did her big one. Like that was something fun for her and her dude to do together. She was on cloud nine. She felt taboo. Like she really felt happy that she did that with him. And she said the next day they went on a yacht with Diddy and his friends. And she said she thought that was it. Like she just did that. It was a one night thing and that was it. She said after that night, everything changed. Everything changed. She said she told Combs that she did not want to do that anymore, but he didn't listen. She said about 90% of the time when they did have relations, another man was involved and she had to have it with another man. Then she said that she would be texting him like, I don't want to do this. And he was like, man, you tripping, whatever. He was like, well, you don't have to do it. If you want to break up, we can break up. But you about to have to get out that house in about 3 months. I'll give you 3 months and then you're going to have to get out because I'm not paying rent for nobody that I'm not going to see. She was like, I didn't say that I wanted to break up. I just said that I don't want to have this with he called them hotel nights. Now they wasn't called F-offs no more. They was called hotel nights. I just don't want to have hotel nights with other men no more. Like I only want to do this with you. And he was like, no, we're just going to break up and you got 3 months. So she said that basically she felt like she had to do it with him because he was paying her rent. Her rent was $10,000 a month and he paid it. So she said if he didn't pay it, then she would be out. They was like, she said she had to be on call for Diddy. They was like, when would you know that Diddy was coming into town? She said he gave her very little notice. He would either call her the night before or the day of and tell her, oh, I'm coming. So she said she always had to have her hair done and he liked it straight hair. And she always had to have her nails and feet done like looking good. And she was like, he liked it like cream color or white color nails. Like she always had to make sure she was on point for him, but she never knew when he was coming. And then she would have to make sure she had a babysitter for her kids because she already knew that they was about to have a hotel night. Now it's called a hotel night. So she just kept on telling him that she didn't want to do it. He didn't care. And that's how their relationship went until 2024. She said she didn't put nothing. She said she probably put something about Diddy on social media. Probably one time she was like, she kept it private. So then that's when I was like, that ain't Carisha, that's somebody else. So it just made me wonder, did he make Carisha do these things or did he use that girl just for the hotel nights, quote unquote? Or did Carisha have to do these things or did he just use her? Because remember, Carisha was getting paid $250,000 a month. And he was taking her own shopping spree. She had her own podcast, all kind of stuff. But she did stuff for Diddy too. She was selling that Deleon basically for him because she put all the young people on to the Deleon and everything. So it was like a win-win situation for both of them. But Young Miami still was getting $250,000. This girl was just getting 10. And she happened to do the hotel nights with him every single time. So that was all that happened this week. Tomorrow, the Jane Doe the little scandalous friend. I'm gonna call her scandalous friend. Scandalous friend gonna be back on the stage because the defense is gonna talk to her. So I can't wait to see what they gonna say about her. Which I feel like nothing that she said. I honestly feel like nothing this girl is saying, she ain't lying about it. I don't think it's no reason for her to lie. It don't sound like she's lying. She just a scandalous friend. That's all. She's just a scandalous friend. So tomorrow I'll go live around 6:30 and let y'all know what happened because it'll be Friday and let y'all know what happened with Lil Scandalous. And make sure y'all like the live because I need you guys, my likes to go up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So I'll be back tomorrow. This week is being really good. I still feel like it could go either way. What do you guys think so far? Do y'all think that he's going to jail or do y'all think that he would be set free? Are found guilty? I think he could be found guilty, but I think that they probably will give him time served. That's how I feel, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I think it still could go 50-50. I still think that he has a chance. I think that he has a chance. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he has a chance or not? Let me know. And then I will see you guys tomorrow night around 6:30. I'll let you guys know. And thank you guys for all tuning in. But I'll see you guys on Friday. So have a blessed night. Have a good night's sleep. Take your melatonin and drink your water because it's getting hot. But thank you guys. Make sure you guys press like. See you tomorrow night. Good night. Oh yeah, he said he might pardon him. We'll see though, Beverly. We gonna keep in contact and up to date on this. Good night, everybody.